You think today's tech billionaires are rich? By some measures, their fortunes wouldn't even hold a candle to this guy's. John D. Rockefeller was history's first ever billionaire, and he built an empire so big and so powerful that the US government had to dust off a little-known law just to take him on. But the story of how he did it isn't just about a sharp business mind. It's a tale of backroom deals, corporate spies, and tactics so ruthless they blurred the line between business and crime. And it all started, not with a brilliant innovator, but with his father, a con artist nicknamed Devil Bill. John D. Rockefeller's first business teacher was his own father, a literal snake oil salesman who bragged about cheating his own kids in deals just to keep them sharp. While other kids were learning a trade, John was learning how to squeeze every last drop of advantage out of any situation. When the American oil boom kicked off, Rockefeller saw his opening, but he realized the real money wasn't in the risky business of drilling for oil. It was in controlling what happened after it came out of the ground. While others went broke searching for black gold, Rockefeller zeroed in on the one crucial bottleneck in the entire industry: refining. He founded the Standard Oil Company in 1870, and with a mix of brutal efficiency and pure genius, he set out to own that bottleneck. Rockefeller's master plan was simple: control it all. His most powerful weapon? The railroads. He cut secret, often legally dubious, deals with the major railroad companies to get massive discounts, called rebates, on every single barrel of oil he shipped. This alone gave him an unbeatable cost advantage. But he didn't just get discounts, he negotiated drawbacks, where the railroads would actually pay Standard Oil a fee for every barrel his competitors shipped. You heard that right, his rivals were unknowingly paying him just to ship their own product. Armed with this power, he unleashed his most devastating tactic: predatory pricing. Standard Oil would roll into a new territory and slash its prices so low, often selling at a loss, that local competitors were bled dry until they went bankrupt. This brutal campaign became known as the Cleveland Massacre. In just 6 weeks in 1872, Rockefeller used these tactics to force 22 of his 26 local competitors to sell their companies to him for pennies on the dollar. His method was chilling. He'd invite them in, open his books, and show them exactly how hopeless their situation was. Refuse his offer, and he would crush them and simply buy their assets at auction. To hide his growing dominance, he often ran these newly acquired companies as fake, independent businesses that were secretly under his complete control. By the 1880s, the game was over. Standard Oil controlled roughly 90% of the oil refined in the United States, creating America's first great monopoly. He'd achieved this by owning everything from top to bottom: the barrels, the pipelines, the wagons, and by swallowing nearly every competitor. The public, who first enjoyed the cheap and stable prices, started to grow fearful of this one man's unchecked power. That fear found its champion in one of the most tenacious journalists in American history, Ida Tarbell. For her, this was personal. Her own father was an oil man who had been ruined by Rockefeller's tactics. Tarbell spent years meticulously digging into Standard Oil's dirty laundry. Her explosive 19-part series, The History of the Standard Oil Company, laid it all bare for McClure's magazine readers: the secret deals, the bribery, and the corporate espionage. The public was horrified, and the government suddenly had all the ammunition it needed to fight back. Fueled by Tarbell's reporting and public outrage, President Theodore Roosevelt's administration sued Standard Oil in 1906. The government accused the company of violating the Sherman Antitrust Act, arguing that Rockefeller's empire was an illegal combination designed to restrain trade and kill all competition. It was a monumental legal battle, a true clash of titans between the world's richest man and the US government. After years of fighting, the case went all the way to the Supreme Court. On May 15, 1911, the court delivered its verdict. It found Standard Oil guilty of illegally monopolizing the oil industry through unreasonable and anti-competitive tactics. The court ordered the empire to be dismantled into 34 separate companies. This ruling was so important that it established a new legal standard known as the rule of reason, which says that simply being a monopoly isn't always illegal, but becoming one through predatory tactics, exactly what Rockefeller had perfected, is. The government had won, or so it seemed. The breakup of Standard Oil was meant to be a punishment, but here's the ultimate irony. It made Rockefeller richer than ever before. You see, he kept his personal shares in all 34 of the new smaller companies. As these companies were forced to actually compete with one another, their combined value shot through the roof. This legal defeat made John D. Rockefeller, already the world's first billionaire, incomprehensibly wealthy. His fortune exploded to an estimated $900 million at the time, equivalent to hundreds of billions today. So what's your take? Was Rockefeller a visionary or a villain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look into the darker side of history, make sure to like and subscribe for more stories they didn't teach you in school. Thanks for watching.